there was a board of directors like Eli Barnett and Macedonia Machado and a bunch of people. So, okay.
Wow, this is really different now.
Yeah, this.
Remember when people used to live down here?
Let me explain what's going on here, but I need to get my next set of pictures out here so I can kind of. Do you guys find the pictures helpful? Okay, I want to make sure. I think it's really something else that you can see, what we're talking about. Okay. Alrighty then. Now, it's not just Old Town that things are happening, folks. I keep bringing up the Vail headquarters, and I keep bringing up with the Vail headquarters the fact that there's original buildings there. The Lewis Wolf store is the oldest building. A lot of those buildings are from the 19-teens. But again, like I said, with my brother-in-law, I got to go to some places there. And so we spent overnight there one time in 2009, and we went into some buildings, and I have some pictures here. Now the first thing I'm going to play for you is we're in a building known as the Foreman's House at Vail Ranch headquarters. And while we're in that building, this is our third time going into the building, and we're decked out with recorders and infrared cameras and meters and everything. So it's 3 a.m. in the morning. It's our third time in this building. Okay. I'm going to let you listen to what happened, and then I'm going to pass around a picture so you can see information about the building. I'll turn this up. Okay, so it might be better if you guys get over here, so because the sound goes one way, so just for you to hear it, I want to make sure you don't miss anything. Yeah, you guys want to get all that way. We'll sit behind you. So. There you go. Okay, this is my brother-in-law talking initially, and he's kind of faint. And what he says at the very beginning, he goes, "This is our third time in this building," and what he says is, "I told you we weren't going to go away until you give us a sign." Listen to what happens, okay?
I wouldn't want you to go away. You give us a sign. Yeah. You okay? That's good. What's that? It's like the water thing. That came from in there.
No, it wasn't you. I thought you were here.
No, it wasn't me.
Can you do that again?
That was a really good one. Where'd that come from?
Okay. I'll show you where it came from. You pass this around. Here's the Foreman house. Here's the front room. And it came from this water heater. The water heater was 2 rooms behind. And the problem is we had to unseal this house. Nobody had been in that building since the 1990s. Okay. And so we had to unseal all these buildings. At 3 a.m. in the morning, our third time in there, my brother-in-law says, "I told you we weren't going to go away until you give us a sign." And then you hear that loud bang. We finally figured out it came from the water heater. Remember, the water heater is like this. No power, no water, no heat. I mean, it's just like the air temperature. We grabbed a 2x4 that was in the building, and we hit the water heater. And on our third attempt, hitting the water heater, we were able to duplicate that sound. It's just me, my brother-in-law, and my niece and my nephew, and we're in the front room of that picture right there. So. Now, we're going in the cookhouse. All right, the cookhouse is another building that's there. And this is myself and my niece. And you're going to hear something on this one. Let me play this one for you. It's kind of faint. It's right in the middle of her and I talking. And listen, I might have to play it again, okay?
We have a young woman here. Would you like to talk to her?
Let me turn it down. These things are recorded at the same level, obviously.
We have a young woman here. Would you like to talk to her? We have a young woman here. Would you like to talk to her?
You can come up to me if you'd like.
play one more time, kitchen here. Right in the middle when I said that, something told us to go away. Okay?
We have a young woman here. Would you like to talk to her?
You can come up to me if you'd like.
Okay. So here you go. This is the cookhouse, and this is the kitchen. This is my brother-in-law. He's actually putting a cigar on the counter because this is where the house Louis Wolf used to live in. So before it was a cookhouse, he used to live in this house, and he loved cigars. So we're putting a trigger object on their cigar for him to see if it attracts him. So that's what that is right there. Now this last one I have to explain to you. There's a lot going on.
What?
This is like 4 o'clock in the afternoon when we first entered the property. We have one of the VAR representatives, the host. He's showing us inside the buildings. And so we unsealed the building and we walked into one end of the bunkhouse. As we walked into the bunkhouse, you're going to hear all these voices, and I'm going to have to kind of explain it to you. You're going to hear something at the very beginning. I think it's the camera. That's me. Then you're going to hear a voice. That voice says, "Hey, you help me." That's not us. And then you hear a laugh. That's me. I'm laughing because of the conversation that's going on. Then right after my laugh, you hear a different voice responding to the first voice saying, "Stop that." And then you hear another gentleman talking. He's our host that's showing us through the building. Okay, so there's a lot going on, so listen, okay? This is in the bunkhouse.
Stop that.
Okay, so did you hear that? Yeah, so we're just walking right in here. We just unsealed the building and we're walking inside the bunkhouse. And then I don't know why something would be asking for help. I don't know what's going on that we need help, right? And then think that it would get help from us. And then the second voice seems to be telling the first voice to stop what he's saying, asking for help. So I don't know what's going on there. There's some kind of drama going on there, obviously, but we don't know what it is. So I'll play it one more time, turn it up just a little bit. This is all at the Dell headquarters.
Stop that.
Okay, pretty cool, huh? And what's neat about the bunkhouse is when we were in there, we went in later. Guess what the bunkhouse is full of? It's not cowboys. Bats. 200 bats.
Stinky.
We had to go back out and we had to put protection on. We had to have face masks on. We put hair nets on. We put the things. Are you gonna come up here?
Can we go through here? Thank you. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Thank you. We had to put booties on, because it was just all the guano and everything in there. So when you look at this picture, look at all the bats in the picture. Okay, you can see my brother-in-law. There's 2 bats flying by him, and then this is a bat coming right at my brother-in-law. And I'm behind him. I'm brave, right? So, he doesn't see anything. He's looking through a camera. He doesn't see the bats. I'm going, there's bats all around me. He goes, where? And they would come at us, and they would go in the door, and then they were gone. Until I turned around, and they were coming out of the door behind us, going down the hall. So yeah.
Where is it?
That's the bunkhouse.
But where is it?
The Bell Ranch headquarters.
Where's that? We're not from here.
Oh, Bell Ranch headquarters on Temecula Parkway. It's been restored.
Oh,
You can actually
okay.
go there tomorrow. So,
Okay.
yeah. But don't tell them when you go there. Please don't tell them. I want to know where all the ghosts are, okay? Because I haven't cleared this with people yet. The new people, the people that used to run it, the VAR people, they're no problem. But the new tenants and everything, I really haven't talked to them yet about this stuff. I don't think they have any issues or anything, but you never know.
So you haven't heard stories from any of the people that were working in construction, like anything happening, and like.
You know what? I didn't really get a chance to talk to them. Well, you know what? There are stories when they were renovating the Gonzales Adobe. You know where the Gonzales Adobe is? It's the second oldest building here. If you go down Jefferson Avenue, it's a Molly Maid building. You go down Jefferson Avenue, kind of where Wendy's is,
yeah.
the Molly Maid building. That was built in 1879. And when they were doing construction and renovation on that, yes, guys quit. Guys quit doing that job because of the experiences they were having in that building. Yeah, so.
Yeah, because I heard it's being disturbed while, like the construction kind of disturbed it.